Hello and welcome. Welcome to class number 73. Yes, we're progressing, we're making progress, we're moving forward, we're advancing. Yes, we're improving every day, we're getting better. Little by little, step by step, slowly but surely. Little by little, step by step, slowly but surely, we're consolidating every step. We're building muscles, vertebrae, we're gaining strength. We're getting stronger with our English, better, more agile, many things. Okay, maybe I better stop talking and start teaching. Okay, let's go to camera number 1. All right, did Real Madrid beat Barca last year? I don't remember. I just don't remember. Did England defeat Germany in the Second World War? Yes, it did. When was the Second World War? In the 1940s. Did the Second World War start in the 1940s? No, it didn't. It started in the late 30s. Oh. Did it start before the Spanish Civil War ended? No, it didn't. It started 1 or 2 months after the Spanish Civil War ended. It started in June, I think, in May or in June 1939. So it started in the 30s, but it ended in the mid-40s. It ended in the mid-40s. And the Allies beat the Axis powers. The Soviet Union, the United Kingdom, and the United States beat Germany, Italy, and Japan. I should include Australia and New Zealand and a few other countries. They beat, okay. And did Mr. Zapatero beat Mr. Rajoy in the last elections? More or less, yes, he did. He beat, derrotó, to beat. To beat is ganar. I can beat you at tennis, I bet. I bet I can beat you at tennis. I bet I can beat you. Can you beat me at chess? I bet I can beat you at chess. Me apuesto que te pueda ganar. I bet I can beat you at chess. I bet I can beat you at golf. I bet I can beat you at irregular verb mastery. Okay. I bet I can beat you at running the marathon. I bet I can beat you at lifting weights. Lifting weights. I bet I can beat you at English proficiency. But I can't beat you at Spanish proficiency. I bet you can beat me. Okay, now, did Spain join the European Union in the 80s or in the 90s? Spain joined the European Union in the 80s. Did Spain join NATO in the 80s or in the 90s? Spain joined NATO, la OTAN, said de entrada no. The Spain joined NATO in the 1980s. Did Franco die in the 70s or in the 80s? He died in the 70s. Did Spain become a democracy in the 70s or in the 80s? It became a democracy in the 70s. Was the Constitution, the Spanish Constitution, passed, aprobado, passed in the 70s or the 80s? It was passed in the 70s. Did Felipe González become the president in the 70s or in the 80s? He became the president of Spain in the 80s. Did Mr. Aznar become the president in the 80s or in the 90s? He became the president in the 90s. In the 90s. Did Mr. Zapatero beat Mr. Aznar or did he beat Mr. Rajoy in the elections? He beat Mr. Rajoy in the first elections and in the second elections. Okay. Did Spain suffer a civil war in the 30s or in the 40s? It suffered it suffered a civil war in the 30s. Okay, and did the United States join or enter the Second World War in the 30s or in the 40s? It entered or joined the Second World War in the 40s, December the 8th, 1940. Okay, one day after Pearl Harbor, which was December the 7th, 1941. Okay, so it was December the 8th, 1941. Were you born in the 80s or in the 70s? I was born in the 50s. My sister was born in the 40s. My daughter was born in the 80s. My wife was born in the 50s. My son was born in the 80s, like my daughter. I came to Spain in the 70s. I got married in the 70s. I started teaching English in the 70s. I started the university in the 70s. I finished my university degree in the 70s. Yes, I did many things in the 70s. I taught English in the 80s and in the 90s and now. Okay. I went to Greece for the first time in the 80s. I went to Turkey for the first time in the 80s. I went to Russia for the first time in the 70s. I went to London for the first time in the 70s, in the early 70s. I went to New York City for the first time in the early 70s. I went to California in the 60s, in the early 60s for the first time. I went to Mexico for the first time in the 50s. And I went back to Mexico for the second time in the 1970s. Yes, in the 70s. And I went to Finland, Toma. I went to Finland in the early 70s. Yeah, I went to Finland in 1972, January, in the winter, very cold. I went to Scotland for the first time in the 70s. I did a lot of things in the 70s. In the 80s, I worked. Yes, from sol a sol, from sunrise to sunset, I worked. And in the 90s, I worked a lot. But I went to Egypt in the 90s. I went to Morocco for the first time in the 70s. I went to Morocco the second time in the 80s. And I went to Morocco the third time in the 90s. Yes. I went to Poland for the first time and only time in the 90s. To Warsaw, to Krakow, and to Wrocław. Okay. So, I went to a lot of places in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and even now. All right? Okay. Let me pass you to a friend and a teacher, and then I'll be back.
Thank you very much, Richard, and welcome. Welcome to Class 73. We are now going to review what we saw in Class 72. My name is Kyle. As you probably know, I'm Kyle, and I'm here today with Luca. How are you, Luca?
Good, thank you.
Excellent, good. So we're going to start with some numbers. Luca's favorite topic. She loves numbers, right?
Yes,
right?
I do.
Good, I know.
Of course.
Of course, yeah. Good. Okay, good. So we're going to practice numbers with 15 and 50, right?
Okay.
I'm going to write them down. I'm going to read them. You're going to write them down, and she's going to write them down, and then we're going to review. Okay? Ready?
Okay, yeah.
150,550. 15,234.
200 and?
34. Did you get that at home? Did you get that number? I hope so. I hope so. Okay, Luca, what's the first one?
The first one is 150,000.
Yes.
550.
550. Good. And the second number?
Second one, 15,234.
234. Very good. And using the comma, right, to separate the numbers, not a point. Very good. Okay, 915,000.
Wait.
915,250. Did you get that? 915,250. 250. 115,350. No problem, right? What was the first number at home? What was the first number? Luca, can you help them out?
Yes. 915,250.
Good, 915,250. Good. And the second number?
115,350.
Good, good. Did you get those right? I hope so. I hope you got all those right. We're going to try a few more. Are you ready?
Yes.
150,615. So at home, make sure you're writing them down. Write down the numbers. Write them down. One more. 21,815. No problem, right, Luca?
No problem.
No problem.
No problem.
No problem.
So far.
Piece of cake, right? You know the expression?
Yeah.
Piece of cake.
Piece of
pan,
cake.
pan comido, right? Piece of cake.
It's not a piece of cake, but
What's the first number?
150,615.
1,015. Good. And the second number?
21,815.
And 15. 21,815. Very good with the intonation, right? 15. 50. 15. 50. Remember? 16. 60. No problem, right? Good job. Good job at home. Let's move on. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna. We're finished with numbers. I'm gonna ask you some questions about decades. So here, as you saw in the last class, we say when you say los años 60, we say the
60s.
the 60s, and the decade after the 60s, the
70s.
the 70s. Yes. Did I teach English in the 90s? Did I teach English in the 90s?
Yes, you taught English in the 90s.
No, I didn't. I didn't teach English in the 90s, but you didn't know that. That's okay.
Okay.
Did Richard Vaughan teach English in the 90s?
Yes, he taught English in the 90s.
Yes. Did Richard Vaughan teach English in the 80s at home? Yes, he taught English in the 80s. Teach, taught. Yes, he taught English in the 80s. Did he teach English in the 70s?
Yes, he taught English in the 70s.
Did he teach English in the 60s?
I think he taught English in the...
I don't think so. I don't know. We'll have to ask him, but I don't think so. No. He's not that old. No. He didn't teach English in the 60s, but he taught English in the 70s. Yes. So did you teach Spanish in the 90s?
No, I didn't teach Spanish in the 90s.
Okay. Did cars cost as much in the 30s as they do now?
No, cars didn't cost as much as now in the 30s.
In the 30s, yeah. They didn't cost as much, you could say as much in the 30s as they do now.
As they do now.
Right? So
Okay.
to cost, yes. Let's see, did Vaughan Systems teach English on TV in the 90s? Vaughan Systems?
Yes.
In
no.
the 90s, no.
No, Vaughan Systems didn't teach English in the...
On TV.
On TV. In the...
In the 90s?
In the 90s.
No, okay. Let's see, did concert tickets cost a lot in the 60s? Concert tickets?
No, they didn't cost so much as now. No,
Well,
so
they
much
didn't cost as much as now.
as much as now in the 70s, you say?
Well, in the 60s.
In the 60s.
No, they didn't cost as much in the 60s. Okay. Very good. Well done. We've practiced this structure. The 70s, the 80s, the 90s. Good job at home. Good job, Luca. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Welcome back. To catch, to catch, to catch, to catch. El catcher. In baseball, the pitcher and the catcher. To catch a ball. To catch. Apresar el vuelo. Coger el vuelo. Apresar el vuelo. To catch a taxi. To catch a flight. To catch a plane. To catch a train. To catch a cold. To catch pneumonia. Okay, catch. Camera one. To catch. Every year I catch a cold. And last year I caught a cold. Every month I catch a train to Valladolid, and last month I caught a train to Valladolid. Every year I catch a plane and fly to Texas. Last year I caught a plane and flew to Texas to catch, caught, okay? Every decade, once per decade I catch pneumonia. 10 years ago I caught pneumonia. To catch, caught. Every year the police catch an important criminal. And last year they caught an important criminal. Okay, to catch, caught, caught. Did you catch a cold last week? No, I didn't catch a cold last week. Did you catch a cold last year? Yes, I caught a cold last year. Catch, caught. Every day I catch. Yesterday I caught. Did you catch a fly ball last year? No, I didn't. In baseball, when they hit the ball goes up, and a person catches it. It's a fly ball. Bam. And sometimes in a night game, because of the lights, you lose the ball and you don't catch the ball. Catch, caught. Teach, taught. Think, thought. Buy, bought. Bring, brought. Fight, fought. Every day I catch. Yesterday I caught. Every day I fight. Yesterday I fought. Every day I teach. Yesterday I taught. Every day I think. Yesterday I thought. Every day I bring. Yesterday I brought. Every day I buy. Yesterday I bought. Caught, taught, thought, bought, brought, fought. My father fought in the Second World War. My grandfather fought in the First World War. Muhammad Ali fought in the ring, el cuadrilátero. Yes, Urtain, the Spanish boxer, fought normally in Europe. He usually didn't fight in America. He fought in Europe. Muhammad Ali normally fought in America. He usually didn't fight in Europe. But on 3 occasions, 2 or 3 occasions, he fought in Europe. He fought against Henry Cooper, the English champion, the British champion, heavyweight champion, and he fought against Brian London, another very good British boxer. And he fought in Germany. Muhammad Ali fought in Germany. He fought against Karl Algoburger. I can't remember the name, okay? And Urtain fought against Henry Cooper in England and in Spain. And Pedro Carrasco fought, but he didn't fight against Henry Cooper. I can't remember, okay? Nino Benvenuti from Italy, okay? Now, catch, caught. Last year I caught a cold. Last week I caught a cold. Every day, every week I catch a cold. Last week I caught a cold. Caught. Every day I teach a class. Yesterday I taught a class. Taught. Caught. Taught. Every day I fight. Yesterday I fought. Caught. Taught. Fought. Every day I buy gasoline. Yesterday I bought gasoline. Caught, taught, fought, bought. Every day I think about my problems. Yesterday I thought about my problems. Taught, caught, brought, bought, thought. Every day I fight. Yesterday I fought. Okay. Caught, taught, thought, bought, brought, fought. Suenan igual. Algunos tienen una variación en la ortografía, con AU en vez de OU, pero da lo mismo, la pronunciación es ought. Ought, como la expresión ought to. Sought es otro verbo, the verb to seek. And that's en el pasado y también en el participio. No he peleado nunca con Muhammad Ali. I have never fought with Muhammad Ali. Nunca he pensado en eso. I've never thought about that. Nunca he enseñado alemán. I've never taught German. Nunca he cogido un tren en Cuenca. I've never caught a train in Cuenca. Y nunca he comprado un Rolls Royce. I've never bought a Rolls Royce. Y nunca he nunca he traído una botella de whisky aquí. I've never brought a bottle of whiskey. Brought, taught, bought, caught, fought, thought. Okay. Pensé que trajiste el libro. I thought you brought the book. Creí que cogiste un resfriado. I thought you caught a cold. Pensé que enseñaste la clase. I thought you taught the class. I thought you taught the class. Y pensé que peleaste con Pedro. I thought you fought with Pedro or against Pedro. To think, thought. I like to think about new opportunities. And last week I thought about new opportunities. I like to teach English. And last week I taught English every day. I like to buy things. I like to buy interesting things. And last month I bought some interesting things. Fijaos en la pronunciación. Bought, no boat. Bought, caught, taught, thought, brought, fought, taught, caught, caught. Es un sonido de vocal que no existe en castellano, pero no es difícil dominar. Caught. I caught a cold last week. Our sponsors have a few words, and then I'll be back to finish this segment. I buy newspapers every day, and last week I bought the newspaper every day. Yeah, last week I bought the newspaper on Monday. I bought one on Tuesday. I bought one on Wednesday. I bought one on Thursday. And I bought one on Friday. And I brought the newspaper here. Every day I bring the newspaper here. I brought a newspaper here yesterday. I brought a newspaper here the day before. I brought the day before, etc. Every year I catch a cold, usually in this time of the year. Last year I caught a 2-week cold. The year before last I caught a cold. The year before that I caught another cold. And the year before that I caught a cold. In the 90s I caught 10 colds. Okay, to catch, caught, caught. Buy, bought, bought. Fight, fought, fought. Bring, brought, brought. Teach, taught, taught. Ya está bien, ¿no? All right. One more teacher and then I'm back.
Thank you very much, Richard. My name is Alberto Alonso, and you're watching Vaughan Inglés 4.0, the most complete course in the whole world. Yeah, I'm serious. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am in a good mood. Estoy de buen humor. Oh, why? Why am I in a good mood? I have an answer for that. Because today I have a very, very special guest with me. That's right, someone who has been to my radio show. And she has also brought me many, many gifts. That's right, some teas from her home state, from her birthplace, from Argentina. A place that I haven't been to yet, but I think she'll invite me. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my very special guest, Annette. Hello, Annette. How are you?
Hello, Alberto.
Did you like your introduction?
Oh, very nice.
Good. Well, it's sincere. Annette is very sweet. Ahora, cuidado, porque esto no es sweet. Yo sé que muchos pronunciáis traje como sweet. ¿Y eso cómo se pronuncia?
Suit.
Ah, muy bien. Suit. And Annette is very?
Sweet.
That's right.
I
So no lo
don't know.
confundáis. Suit, sweet. Okay? All right, very good. Now, are you in a good mood? Do you feel good?
Of course.
All right, all right. Well, I'm happy too. Tenemos una expresión que decimos, that makes two of us. If you're in a good mood and I'm in a good mood, that makes two of us. Are you in a good mood? ¿Estáis de buen humor? Good. That makes three of us. ¿Ves? Entonces, eso hace que somos tres que somos así. No sé si lo dices así, pero me has cogido el hilo. You know what I'm saying. All right, now, Annette, ask me what we're going to look at today.
What are we going to look at today?
Okay, we're going to look at an irregular verb, a very common irregular verb because it has many, many uses. And that verb is to catch. Okay? Now, catch. Lo primero, vamos a ver cómo se conjuga este verbo. Y acordaros, no se dice catch o esto, por favor, no hagas take it, took it, take it. No, no, no. None of this. Lo ponemos en contexto. So, yo empiezo con el presente y Annette me da el pasado y el pretérito, el presente perfecto. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Every day I catch the bus. Yesterday,
I caught the bus.
caught. Qué pronunciación más buena. Caught. ¿Ves? Es como C-O-T, caught. Yesterday I caught. ¿Tú sabes las veces que he oído coach? Las veces que he oído coach, no es coach. Es catch, caught. Caught. C-O-T. Every day I catch the bus. Yesterday I caught the bus. Okay, and lately,
I've caught the bus.
Right, porque tienes que poner el
I
porque eso
have
es la diferencia, right?
Caught the bus.
Y contráemelo.
I've caught the bus.
Okay, tell the camera one more time.
I've caught the bus.
I've caught the bus. Y es parecido a lo de teach, enseñar. Every day I teach you. Yesterday,
I taught you.
taught. Muy bien, no touch, because touch es tocar. Y las veces que he oído, Alberto, yesterday you touched me. I said, no, I didn't. Don't make up rumors here. I didn't touch you. I taught. Igual, T-O-T se pronuncia. Taught, caught. Comprar. Every day I buy. Yesterday I...
Bought.
¿Ves un patrón aquí? Ought. ¿Ok? El A-U-G-T, ought. Y siempre, caught, bought. ¿Ok? Y así vamos. All right, so let's practice using it. Usamos catch también siempre. Look. I caught the pen. I caught the pen. Ahora, tú puedes decir, coge esto, eso ya no vale. No se puede decir, here, catch the pen. A no ser que te lo tire. Entonces sí. Right? Pero si te digo, take the pen. Entonces hay un error ahí porque en español coge no es catch it, porque eso es solo si te lo estoy lanzando. Si te lo paso digo here, take the pen, not catch the pen. Pero catch también es para transporte. Catch the train, catch the bus. So vamos a practicar esto, okay? Ask me if I caught the bus this morning.
Did you catch the bus this morning?
Very good. What do you want to know?
I want to know if I caught the bus.
If you
caught the bus this morning.
Qué bien lo pronuncia. Dilo otra vez para que lo oigan en casa.
I want to know if you caught the bus this morning.
Annette, it's music to my ears. Perfect pronunciation. No, I didn't catch the bus this morning. Ask me if I caught the metro this morning.
Did you catch the metro this morning?
What do you want to know?
I want to know if you caught the metro this morning.
I love it. Do you hear Annette's pronunciation? It's perfect. Caught. Well, I tried to catch the metro this morning. Intenté. But there was a problem. There was no electricity. The power went out. Yeah, there was a power failure. So, in the end, I didn't catch the metro. My intention was to catch the metro, but I didn't. So, ask me if I caught the train this morning. Algo tenía que coger para llegar al curro.
Did you catch the train this morning?
Yes. In the end, I caught the train this morning. I caught the train at Sol, right? Caught, right? Now, let's try another one. Ask me, lo podemos hacer con avión. Ask me if I caught my flight to Italy last week.
Did you catch your flight to Italy last week?
Yes, I caught my flight to Italy last week. How do you say apenas? Porque era apenas. Me fui a Italia y apenas cogí el vuelo. So how do you say apenas cogí el vuelo?
Oh,
Esta es
you caught
difícil.
me.
I caught you. Qué bien. Ahora, si tienes sentido de humor en inglés, eso significa que lo estás cogiendo. You're catching it. Okay, well, barely. I barely se escribe, ¿no? I barely caught the plane. Okay, last week. Okay, did you catch the bus this morning?
I didn't catch the bus this morning.
Did you catch a cold last week? Ahora, una gripe, perdona, un resfriado.
No,
Did you catch a cold last week?
I didn't catch a cold last week.
When was the last time you caught a cold?
The last time I caught the cold was last year.
Last year, so you're very healthy.
Yes.
Okay, ask me when the last time I caught a cold was.
When was the last time you caught a cold?
I caught a cold about 6 months ago. About 6 months ago. Okay, so let me ask you this. Have you caught any planes recently?
Yes, I caught a plane recently.
Okay, and where did you catch a plane to?
I caught a plane to Buenos Aires.
To Good Airs. Okay. Remember, we have something pending here. When are you going to invite me to Buenos Aires?
Next June if you want to.
Okay, so we will, futuro, we will catch the plane next June. Is that what you said, next June?
Next June.
And that means it's winter time there.
Yes.
So we can go
Unfortunately.
snowboarding. No, this is perfect for me, right? Bariloche is where you go snowboarding. All right.
Mendoza.
I'm ready. You heard it. Sois testigos. She invited me to catch a plane with her to Buenos Aires. So this is great. This is great. Well, I hope you understand it. Remember, es fácil, es tanto repetirlo hasta que te sale caught, caught, caught. Y otra vez. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
Okay, translation list number 15. Camera number 1, hay trabajo que hacer. There's work to do, work to do. Me dijeron que estabas enfermo. They told me you were sick. Yeah, they told me you were sick. They told me you were ill. La D de told suena como en la palabra toldo. ¿Hay toldos en tus ventanas? ¿O hay tolos? Pues aquí decís toldos. En inglés cuando decimos el pasado de tell, es también con la D. Told. Yeah, they told me you were. No were. Where es llevar puesto. Were. They told me you were sick. Is it true? Por eso no te invité a la boda. That's why I didn't invite you to the wedding. They told me you were sick. That's why I didn't invite you to the wedding. Es por eso por lo que yo no te invité. Es por eso por lo que. 6 palabras para decir that's why. That's why I didn't invite you to the wedding. Because they told me you were ill. They told me you were ill, and that's why. That is why. Es la manera de decir por eso. That's why. That's why. That's why. That's why I didn't invite you to the wedding. ¿Me puedes traer un vaso de agua, por favor? Can you bring me a glass of water? Maria forgot to fill the glass. Casi no hay. There almost isn't any water left. Can you bring me a glass of water? Can you bring me? Pasado is brought. Can you bring me a glass of water? Tengo mucha sed. I'm very thirsty. I'm very, very thirsty. And I'm hungry too. I'm hungry. I'm hungry for the good things in life. Are you hungry for the good things in life? Are you hungry to learn English? Cuando juntas el hambre con las luces, la gente consigue cosas increíbles. Hungry. Thirsty. I'm thirsty. Tengo mucha sed. Estoy muy sediento, decimos en inglés. I'm very thirsty. I'm very thirsty. No he comido nada desde ayer. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. Yesterday, all my troubles, etc. Yesterday. And our friend Paul McCartney didn't say yesterday. No, yesterday. No he comido nada desde ayer. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. Okay? Estoy cansado de ser pobre, eh? I'm tired of being poor. I think it's time for me to become rich. What do you think? You think it's a good idea? I think it's a good idea. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be rich. I'm tired of being poor. I'm tired of being. Estoy cansado de siendo en inglés, porque después de las preposiciones, en este caso de es una preposición, of, tenemos que poner el gerundio por obligación. I'm tired of coming, I'm tired of teaching, I'm tired of looking at you, I'm tired of drinking water from this same cup every time, I'm tired of holding this same pen, I'm tired of doing these lists, I'm tired of being poor. Profesores, we are always poor. I've never heard of a rich teacher. Have you? Have you ever seen a rich teacher? Never. They don't exist. Rich politicians, rich businessmen, yeah, rich sports people, but teachers? Never. Okay, estoy cansado de ser pobre. I'm tired of being poor. Quiero hacer lo que hace la gente rica y famosa. I want to do what the rich and famous people do. I want to do what the rich and famous people do. I'm tired of being poor. I want to be rich. I want to do what the rich and famous people do. ¿Y qué hacen? What do they do? No tienen que preocuparse por el dinero. They don't have to worry about money. They don't have to worry about money. To worry about. They don't have to worry about money. 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 Se pronuncia money, no money. Money. Rima con gracioso. Funny. Dinero gracioso. Funny money. Dinero gracioso. Miel. Funny money honey. Honey. Funny. Honey. Miel. Honey. No honey. Honey money. Funny. Decid gracioso dinero 1000 veces. Porque decís siempre mal dinero en inglés. Decís money, no, money. Como en Cabaret, en la película. Money, 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 money. No tienen que preocuparse por el dinero. They don't have, con F aquí. Cuando have es obligación, lo convertimos a V en F. They don't have to worry about money. Enséñame cómo hacerlo. Show me how to do it. Or teach me how to do it. Según la forma de enseñar. Si es enseñar mostrando o enseñar didácticamente. Show me how to do it. Teach me how to do it. Richard, yes. Teach me how to learn English. You want me to teach you how to learn English? I don't know how. Okay. You want to learn English? Devote 2,000 hours to it. That's how you learn English. It takes a long time. Enséñame cómo hacerlo. Show me how to do it. Teach me how to do it. La línea está ocupada. The line's busy. The line's engaged. Los británicos dicen muchas veces engaged, como comprometido. Ay, la línea está comprometida. The line is engaged. En inglés americano, ocupado, atareado. The line's busy. Beep, 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 beep. It's busy. The line's busy. I'll call back later. ¿Dónde guardas tu colección de sellos? Where do you keep your stamp collection? Where do you keep your stamp collection? I keep my stamp collection on the top shelf of the library. I keep my stamp collection on the top shelf in the living room. Okay, me dijeron que estabas enfermo. They told me you were ill. Y por eso no te invité a la boda. That's why I didn't invite you to the wedding. That's why I didn't invite you to the wedding. ¿Me puedes traer un vaso de agua? Can you bring me a glass of water? Tengo mucha sed. I'm very thirsty. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes after our next teacher to close this program.
Hello, hello. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. You're very welcome. My name is Fitz, and we are here with Javi España. How are you, Javi?
Fine, thank you.
Everything is good?
Yeah.
Okay. Javi is going to help us with vocabulary. Okay? We begin with una cosa francés. Filet mignon. Filet mignon. ¿Cómo se dice en español?
Es solomillo.
Solomillo. Y en inglés,
Filet mignon.
muy bien. Es como un francés.
Sí, sí.
Incapable of.
Means incapaz de hacer algo.
Okay, and in English?
Incapable of.
Muy bien. Grateful.
Grateful is agradecido.
Okay, and in English?
Grateful.
Very good. To be in a bad mood.
Estar de mal humor.
Okay, are you in a bad mood?
No, I'm in a good mood.
Good. To settle down.
Oh, it will take a long time to take responsibilities.
Okay.
Ser responsable.
Okay.
No beber, comprarse una casa, cuidar de tus hijos.
Okay, muy bien. And
Todo eso.
in English?
To settle down.
To settle down. Very good, to settle down. Okay, are you ready for some translations?
Okay.
Okay, como siempre con un acento irlandés. Vamos a ver. Me dijeron que estabas enfermo.
They told me
They.
told me you were ill.
Very good. También ill, puedes decir sick. También,
Sick.
los dos.
Sick.
Muy
Yeah.
bien. ¿Y puedes repetirlo?
They told me
They.
told me you were sick.
Muy bien. They told me you were sick. O ill también. Por eso no te invité a la boda.
That's why
Muy bien.
I didn't invite you to the wedding.
To the wedding. Una vez más.
That's why I didn't invite you to the wedding.
Muy bien. To the wedding. The wedding.
To the wedding.
Muy bien. That's why. Not for that. That's why I didn't invite you to the wedding. Y no es that's because. En este caso, that's why I didn't invite you to the wedding. ¿Me puedes traer un vaso de agua?
Could you bring a glass of water? Could you bring to me?
No
to
to.
you.
Not to. Could you bring me?
Okay. Could you bring me a glass of water,
Okay.
please?
Una vez más.
Could you bring me a glass of water, please?
Muy bien. He's very polite. Could you bring me a glass of water, please? Could you bring me a glass of water, please? Okay. Tengo mucha sed.
I'm thirsty.
Y mucha.
I'm very thirsty.
Muy bien. Una vez más.
I'm very thirsty.
Very good. I'm very thirsty. Tengo mucha sed. I'm very thirsty. Not I have thirst. I'm very thirsty. Are Irish people very thirsty?
No, I don't think so.
We drink a lot of Guinness. I think maybe we're
Yeah.
thirsty. No he comido nada desde ayer.
I haven't eaten anything from yesterday.
Since yesterday.
Since yesterday.
Una vez más.
I haven't eaten anything since yesterday.
Muy bien. I have not eaten anything since yesterday. Estoy cansado de ser pobre.
I'm tired of being poor.
Muy bien. Una vez más.
I'm tired of being poor.
Very, very good. I'm tired of being poor. I'm tired. I'm con M. I'm tired of being poor. Quiero hacer lo que hace la gente rica y famosa.
I want to do what rich people,
The rich.
the rich and famous people do.
Muy bien. Una vez más.
I want to do what rich,
The rich.
the rich and famous people do.
Muy bien. I want to do what the rich and famous people do. Una vez más.
I want to do what the rich and famous people do.
Muy bien, Javi. ¿Qué hacen?
What they do. What do they do?
Muy bien. Una vez más.
What do they do?
Okay. What do they do? What do they do? ¿Qué hacen?
What do they do?
Muy bien. What do they do?
What do they do?
Muy bien. What do they do? No tienen que preocuparse por el dinero.
They don't have to worry about money.
Qué bien. Muy bien. They don't have to worry about money. Podéis repetirlo en casa. They don't have to worry about money. Muy bien. Enséñame cómo hacerlo.
Teach me how to do it.
Teach me how to do it. Y también puedes decirlo con show.
Uh,
Show me.
okay. Show me how to do it.
Muy bien. Teach me how to do it. Show me how to do it. Muy bien. La línea está ocupada.
The ring line.
O the line.
The line
Ujú.
is busy.
Es busy y también en inglés británico decimos engaged.
Okay.
Engaged. ¿Puedes decirlo con engaged?
The line is
The
the line is engaged.
engaged. Muy bien. Una vez más.
The line is engaged.
Muy bien. The line is busy. The line is busy y puedes contractarlo. The line's busy o the line's engaged. Uno más. ¿Dónde guardas tu colección de sellos?
Where do you keep your collection? Your stamps
Your stamp.
collection.
Muy bien. Una vez más.
Is not a stamps collection?
No. Con colección decimos stamp.
Okay. Where do you keep the stamp? Where do you keep your stamp collection?
Muy bien. Una vez más.
Where do you keep the stamp?
Your.
Oh my God. Where do you keep your stamp collection?
Muy bien. Where do you keep your stamp collection? Vamos a repasar un poquito. Por eso no te invité a la boda.
That's why I didn't invite you to the wedding.
Muy bien. No he comido nada desde ayer.
I haven't eaten anything from yesterday. Since yesterday.
Una vez más.
I haven't eaten anything since yesterday.
Muy bien. Y la última. ¿Qué hacen?
What do they do?
Very good. What do they do? What do they do? What do? You do your homework. Thank you very much for listening and goodbye.
Okay, another class. Every day I teach. Yesterday I taught. Every day I think. Yesterday I thought. Every day I buy. Yesterday I bought. Every day I bring. Yesterday I brought. Every day I fight. Yesterday I fought. Every day I catch. Yesterday I caught. Son verbos. Son 6 verbos irregulares, entre los 75 más o menos, que son relevantes para el día a día. Pero hay que practicarlo así. Es un ejercicio anodino, aburrido, pesado, pero imprescindible para llegar a un dominio de cualquier idioma. Este tipo de práctica, que exige una buena dosis de humildad y decir las cosas en voz alta, preferiblemente declamando en voz muy alta, pero paga dividendos altos y hace milagros. To make miracles. Okay, see you tomorrow.